Good morning. Chair Taniguchi, Vice Chair Kamina, and members of the committee. I submit testimony in my capacity as a member of the Board of Education because the legislation of equality or discrimination is a public policy that directly impacts our students, our employees, and their families. Our state laws excluding gays and lesbians from civil marriage is sending a similar message that there is something wrong with gay and lesbian people. This message is infiltrating our schools, and it's hurting our students.
You aware that these are books here? Heather has two mommies.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfectly normal. Target audience, maybe 5, 6, 7-year-olds. Daddy's roommate. Daddy's wedding. That the result of passing HB 444 would be that these books would be taught in our schools as they are in schools.
No.
For example, where civil unions are legal. And so you would be in support of this, is that correct?
I don't know those. I actually don't know if those books are on the reading list. I can't know all the books. I'm sorry.
My name is Eli Kupie, but I'm reading on behalf of Leon Su. I offer this testimony today on behalf of Christian Voice of Hawaii. The mark of civilized society is not how much evil and depravity it can tolerate or accommodate, but how much good it can promote for the protection and benefit of the society. If you legalize civil unions based on homosexual behavior, why not give the same approval to those who practice other sexual aberrations? How about recognizing and legalizing the rights of child molesters, or recognizing and legalizing the rights of rapists? Should these behaviors be considered equal to those that maintain our society's time-honored standards for moral behavior? Legalizing civil unions or any other so-called rights based on sexual identity will only serve to further destroy a basic pillar of a wholesome society, the family.
My name is Linda Hamilton Krieger, and I'm a professor of law at the University of Hawaii, Manoa William S. Richardson School of Law. In my testimony today, I hope to persuade you of two main points. First, that it is the legislature's responsibility, not the responsibility of the electorate at large, to protect the civil and human rights of Hawaii's lesbian, gay, and transgender people from discrimination by enacting civil union legislation or its equivalent. And second, that the current system of reciprocal beneficiaries is constitutionally deficient, a fact with which this legislature is constitutionally responsible for remedying. Over the past few weeks, we have heard it said many times that, quote, the people should decide about civil unions. We have even heard that, quote, the people have decided and have rejected civil unions, thus leaving the matter settled and out of your hands. But both of these contentions lack legal merit.
You marginalized the electorate. Is there any time or any issue you think the electorate is smart enough to vote on?
If I might clarify.
Sure, please do.
The Hawaii Constitution does not have a procedure for what you would probably call direct democracy. There is no initiative or referendum provision in the Hawaii Constitution. A decision was made by the framers of the Constitution to guarantee to the people of Hawaii a Republican form of government. I don't mean Republican as in the Republican Party. I mean what the Republican Party once stood for, which was representative government through elected officials that were able to deliberate about matters of extreme public importance in fora where they were likely to consider the merits of issues rather than be subject to public passion.
Chair Taniguchi and members of the Judiciary Committee, I'm before you today just imploring you not to pass this legislation, a very dangerous legislation that will be a real threat to the state of Hawaii. Right? Let's start with God first, okay? I'm a Christian, as most of us are. When God says something is not good, you better abide by what He says. It's not because we hate homosexuals. I think it's because of our compassion for the homosexuals and what they would do to themselves by this. We have evidence after evidence of the medical dangers of a homosexual homosexual lifestyle. Worldwide, nationwide, there are a number of diseases that occur almost exclusively in the homosexual population and almost non-existent in the heterosexual population. Okay? So when God says that marriage is between a man and a woman, it's because parts fit. Homosexuals have all these diseases because the parts don't fit. Again, even if you pass this law, they still won't fit.
Do you take what is written in the Bible first as your guide to how you vote on issues?
If it's a moral issue, absolutely.
Not all the moral issues, but do you always take that first?
It's all the Bible always comes first. Whatever
So
God tells you,
regardless
it's
of whether or not it follows the law, you would vote with the Bible.
Yes, sir.
I am in strong opposition to House Bill 444, House Track 1, and I'm the interim executive director of Hawaii Family Forum and the Hawaii Catholic Conference. If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck, you can call it a turkey, but it's still a duck. So why not call it for what the real intent of the bill is, which is same-sex marriage? I want to thank the 12,000 plus people at the rally who exercised self-control, and we ask that both sides remain above judgment and condemnation and continue to have both civil discussions on this matter. You know, Mr. Chair, I really want to ask for forgiveness if we offended anyone in the gay and lesbian community or their families and friends. You know, as Pastor Wayne Bavero said at the rally on Sunday, we have failed to embrace the gay and lesbian community and to show them grace and compassion.
I'm testifying on behalf of the Family Equality Coalition. I first would like to just extend my appreciation to Dennis Arakaki, if he's still in the room. Are you here? I appreciate your comments and your thoughts about asking for forgiveness. I very much appreciate that. It has not been easy to sit here in this room and be called a threat to the state of Hawaii, and to be told I'm diseased, and to be compared to rapists and child molesters. That type of language really is very hurtful and painful, and it's really not productive. I appreciate you, Mr. Arakaki, for your offer for asking for forgiveness and for your commitment to keep this discussion civil. Thank you very much. Mahalo. By a resounding vote of 33 to 17, House Bill 444 has earned the support of the Hawaii House of Representatives. Times really have changed. That comment was raised earlier, and I know Senator Sloan, you had a question about what states have civil unions. Today, 9 states plus the District of Columbia provide full comprehensive state-level equal rights to same-sex couples. Those states are civil unions in Vermont, New Hampshire, New Jersey, and Connecticut. Civil union is a legal construct. It doesn't really have the same social meaning. And, I mean, my question to anybody is that if anybody believes that a civil union is the same as a marriage, how many married people in this room right now would be willing to trade in their marriages for civil unions? And if your answer to that question is no, I really think it's important to know why.
I am the Vicar General and Diocesan Theologian for the Roman Catholic Church in the state of Hawaii. My name is Father Mark Alexander. As the Civil Unions Bill is crafted here, it is same-sex marriage under a different name. If indeed there is this desire to reassess how the people feel, then we need to take it to the people. We live in a democracy, and I believe in that democracy. And you know what? If we take it to the people, it may not come out the way that I would like it to come out. All right? But that's why we live in a democracy. And finally, I just beg that we keep this very civil. We've got to love each other. And even if we disagree at times strongly, there must only be charity on our part. And I think sometimes we can all be guilty of allowing ourselves to get a little bit too enthusiastic. And that's no excuse, though, for lack of charity. Aloha has to define who and what we are and be reflected in our behavior. Thank you very much.